Everyone, including myself, is always polarized by the quarterback position in college football, and next year there will be a few true freshmen who will have the ability to start right away for their schools. Today we're going to talk about some true freshman quarterbacks who have the ability to play right now and could be starters when the 2021 season rolls around. But first, be sure to like the video if you enjoy my content, subscribe if you love college football, suggest another topic I should do next, and stay until the end.
I've been having hood dreams, ball player, rap star, Billy been taken, BMW, I ain't got no black Harley dog face. Two twin Glocks and make them shake it like a salt shake. Ain't make it to the league, but I'm still ballin', I was born for this. Never thought I'd see the day when I can make it, should I go legit?
Let's first start with the quarterback who is going to determine the future of Jim Harbaugh and Michigan football. His name is J.J. McCarthy, and he is a big deal amongst Michigan fans. J.J. was a 5-star recruit and a big name while he was at IMG Academy, and in my opinion, he is the player that can change Jim Harbaugh's job security. He was seen as the most iconic quarterback name from the 21 class, and McCarthy led his high school to a perfect 8-0 season despite a pandemic, a truly tough national schedule, and all the attention in the world every snap he took. Despite the swag that JJ plays with on the field, he is seen as a great guy who can lead a team. One of his teammates said, quote, "JJ is a great leader, always lifts us up, and once we are, he keeps us going. But he also holds us to being humble. I couldn't ask for anyone better than that in character or as a teammate." He also made sure everyone on the team was looked after and appreciated. When it came time to give a lot of the game balls, he'd give it to an underclassman or a scout team player who helped the group look good during the week. His head coach has high praise for McCarthy and his IMG teammate Greg Hippen, and he thinks those two can help Michigan football. He said, quote, "Him and Greg can turn around Michigan. Both of them are not only the best at what they do, but they take it very seriously, and they're people who you want as vocal points on your offense." According to 24/7 Sports, JJ is a 5-star recruit, the number 2 pro-style quarterback, and the 24th best player in the class of 2021. So who else will JJ be fighting against for the starting job, you may be asking? Well, the most obvious answer and the player who has the best shot at taking him down is Cade McNamara. Cade played in some games last year and showed a lot of flash, but he did go down with a shoulder injury, and that limited him a bit. Honestly, I think both of them have a realistic shot at starting, and I think that both will get a shot to prove themselves in the games. I also can't fail to mention Joe Milton, who is the most athletic quarterback of the three, but he struggled immensely to play well last year, and he also got plenty of opportunity to show his talent, but we will have to wait and see if he ever gets another chance. Who do you guys think will start? Let's move down to Texas and talk about the Texas Tech quarterback situation. Matt Wells is going into a make-or-break year 3 as a head coach, and he needs a quarterback to play well. Alan Bowman was a good quarterback when he was healthy, but the key word there is when, because he was always injured. And they may look at true freshman Byron Morton. Hopefully I said that name right, and he will have a chance to be one of the greatest quarterbacks in school history. Morton came from Eastland, Texas, and was a big-time player who was committed to Cliff Kingsbury, but as we know, he is gone and Utah State's Matt Wells took over instead. He kind of reopened his recruitment at that point, but after considering schools like Texas A&M, USC, Baylor, TCU, and even Alabama, he decided to stick with his prior commitment to Texas Tech, and he will get a chance to play right away. He is the second best quarterback recruit in school history behind the legendary Graham Harrell, and Morton was rated a 4-star recruit, the number 11 pro-style quarterback, and the 146th best player in the class of 2021. Since he committed back in 2019, I think his recruiting rank fell a bit, but either way, he will have a chance to play. The other options on the team include Utah State transfer Henry Colombi and Donovan Smith, but I think Morton will win the job. What do you guys think? Moving down to the SEC, Mike Leach is in need of a new quarterback after KJ Costello is now gone. Will Rogers was decent as a freshman, but there may be another true freshman from Mississippi State who can come in and take the job immediately. Sawyer Robertson is a guy who was a star in high school and could fit right in at Stark Vegas. He attempted 400 plus passes in each of his last 3 high school seasons, and he threw for no fewer than 3,683 yards and 43 touchdowns in the season. That has air raid quarterback written all over it, and he will 100% get a chance to push Rogers for the starting job and maybe even win it. Funny enough, Sawyer grew up in Lubbock, Texas, so he was exposed to the air raid from a young age, but he did not bring his talents to Texas Tech. According to 24/7 Sports, Robertson was a 4-star recruit, the number 10 pro-style quarterback, and the 134th best player in the class of 2021. Rogers or Robertson? Who do you guys got? Before we get into the next quarterback, please be sure to take a quick moment to hit that like button if you are enjoying today's video and want to support the channel. With Ian Book finally checking out of South Bend for the last time, it's time for a new quarterback to lead the Irish. They will have 4 decent options at the quarterback spot, but none have a ceiling as high as Tyler Buchner. Wisconsin transfer Jack Cohen is coming in and could have a chance to win the job, but they have two other blue chip prospects who will be the ones to push Buchner for the starting job. Brendan Clark was a 4-star recruit coming out of high school and was pretty under-recruited. He was originally a Wake Forest commit, but after a late blow-up, he picked Notre Dame over Clemson. He is a great athlete and has a great arm with a real chance to start. Drew Pine was also a 4-star recruit, but he has always been overlooked and not many see him as the guy to start. The real guy we are here to talk about is Tyler Buchner. Buchner has every physical trait you want in an elite quarterback, as he has a strong arm, a quick release, accuracy, and top-notch athleticism. If he had continued his lacrosse career, he apparently would have been one of the nation's premier players in that sport as well. He was a 5-star recruit at one point, but he fell off to a 4-star player when it was all said and done, but he will definitely be the future of the program, and the Irish faithful are very excited to see what he can do. I think he has more of an it factor compared to a guy like Ian Book, and Buchner could be a truly elite player. I think all 4 guys will have a chance to win the job, and I think we'll also more than likely see Clark or Pine transfer to another school. According to 24/7 Sports, Buchner was a 4-star recruit, the number 3 dual-threat quarterback, and the 70th best player in the class of 2021. SMU is not a Power 5 program, but they have been really solid the last 2 years, and they have to replace Shane Buechele. They have an interesting quarterback situation, as they have Oklahoma transfer Tanner Mordecai coming in, and they also have a 4-star true freshman by the name of Preston Stone. He was a big-time recruit, and chose to take his talent to the Mustangs, and he will have a lot of hype. He was a 4-year starter in high school, and he passed for a total of 13,168 yards, and also rushed the ball for over 2,000 yards as well. He threw over 179 touchdowns and only 23 picks in his entire career. According to 24/7 Sports, Stone was a 4-star recruit, the number 7 pro-style quarterback, and the 111th best player in the class of 2021. I like the Mordecai at Oklahoma, so this will be a fascinating quarterback battle, and either one could win, and honestly, it's our best guess who's going to win. Washington football's last great quarterback in my opinion was Jake Browning, and while Jacob Eason was solid, the Huskies need a multi-year guy to take them back to the top 10 and Rose Bowl appearances. Look no further than incoming 5-star recruit Sam Huard. His father Damon Huard and his uncle Brock Huard were both big-time quarterback names back in the day, and he has been seen as a big-time quarterback recruit for a couple of years now. The local standout chose to keep his talents at home and continue his father's legacy and committed to the Huskies. He said, quote, "I never thought of playing anywhere else. Nevada was the first to offer. My mom went with me to Tennessee, but I was really waiting for the offer from Washington." He wasn't recruited by a whole lot of schools because they all thought he was going to Washington, and that's exactly what he was going to do. With Jacob Sermon transferring and a gap in the starting position, he will have a chance to play right away. But who are the other guys to offer him competition? Well, he will breathe a huge sigh of relief as one of the best quarterbacks in California high school football history, Ethan Garbers, decided to transfer to UCLA this past offseason, so he'll have 2 other guys to compete with. You'll have Colorado State transfer Patrick O'Brien, and then you'll have the prior starter Dylan Morris, who started 4 games in 2020. Morris is not guaranteed to win the job, but he has to be the front runner right now, but I do believe this will be a 3-man race. I really like Huard, and after watching some highlights, he's going to be a really fun player. I am really curious to follow this race, and honestly, no one knows who will win the job right now, but it'll be a lot of fun. Last on today's list is another big-time recruit in Kyle McCord. The debate for who will take over as Ohio State's next quarterback is up in the air, and McCord is seen as a dark horse candidate. It will more than likely come down to CJ Stroud and Jack Miller for the job, but McCord is a player who is big time and has all the tools to be a really good playmaker. No quarterback on the roster has any experience, and it will come down to who looks best in the spring game, summer practices, and in fall camp. I actually did a video on Ohio State's quarterback room, so be sure to check that one out. I think Jack Miller is the best quarterback on the team, but I do think Stroud will start at first, and McCord will be a guy in the future, but that future is definitely up in the air with Quinn Ewers coming in the 22 class. I honestly want to know who you think will win all of these starting quarterback jobs, and if any of these freshmen have a chance to win. Let me know down in the comment section, and if you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to give it a like, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Let me know if I missed any freshman quarterbacks you think that can play, and also let me know another topic I should do next. Before you go, be sure to check out my Ultimate College Football playlist and all my other videos on the end screen. I hope to see you guys again soon, but until next time, peace.